You want to end by
Weird. Did you hear that?
nice. That was weird. Yeah.
I've never heard that before. Hi, Gomer Nation. Some lady said, "This meeting is being recorded."
Yeah. I wonder if Zoom has updated its like privacy settings or something like so everybody can know.
That's probably it. All
It's
right.
got
Well,
that.
from now on,
It's got
that's
that
going to
red
happen.
dot.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So we'll aim for 3 o'clock on this one. Is that cool?
Sure.
Which
Yeah.
is noon for you.
Yep. That'd be
Okay.
great.
I mean that. I think that might even be too much.
It never is.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's
We'll
do
do it.
this.
We'll
It
we'll
is
go to that
Marvel.
easy.
Okay. Yeah. I never know. It's like we have like 5 minutes worth of stuff to talk about, and then we don't even get to that.
Right.
Ooh, dude, you've got the not even the hard side part anymore.
Oh, save it for the podcast.
Oh.
I wonder, should we save it for this episode or for the race and review episode?
We can save it for that.
Okay, save it for that.
We can save it for that.
Okay.
Because that's funny.
Yeah,
But don't forget,
I won't.
if okay, so Gomer Nation, if you're watching this, this is exclusive right now, and we're starting the summer series Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think actually probably some people may jump on for this. So
Yeah.
welcome to our YouTube channel.
Yep. Summer series.
Side part, non-side part summer.
Non-side part summer series. Non-side part summer. Remember to say that too.
Amazing. Okay. All
All
right,
right,
let's
cool.
do this. Marvel #1.
Yep.
I've got a special drink too, so
Sweet.
I'll crack it.
Oh, dang it. Why did
Okay,
I
here we
start?
go.
Hold on. Wait. I
Oh, it's okay.
accidentally pushed record. Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, click. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Decent delay.
Yep.
All right. Welcome everybody to the bonus disc.
What up?
Too hot for summer, dude. It's our summer series.
It's sort of like the first of the summer series, right? We had like a little
Yep.
preview on the Snyder Cut.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's very confusing for anybody
Right.
this is their first episode. We had an
Right.
episode called The Hanovers of what is it? Snyder's of Hanover
Snyder's
Cut,
of Hanover, pretzel cut, honey
where we were
mustard and onion.
yeah, we were answering some listener questions and then most of the time talked about set this up, right? Which
Yep.
is your tour
Yeah.
through the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Oh man, dude.
led by
So
Stevie the unpaid docent.
right. I'm so excited about this journey. This is a
Mm-hmm.
total we've never done a film journey
Uh-uh.
before.
Yeah.
I think on the flip side of this, dude, that's like me with Star Trek, actually.
Okay,
Although
so
you
I was just gonna ask you, is there an equivalent of this
Yep.
that you could lead me through?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen all the Star Trek movies,
Yeah, yeah, totally.
but
You've seen more Star Trek than I've seen superhero. But I think
sure. But I've not
I
seen
like
like I don't think I've seen two full episodes of Next Generation.
yeah, yeah, okay. So that could be the thing. I don't know if people would be nearly as interested in that. Like
I wonder. Is it can
but
you think of it?
yeah.
I mean, Cheers. I've seen a
Cheers.
couple episodes of Cheers.
Well, I
I
think
mean,
people would be more interested in Star Trek than Cheers.
okay, that might be. I don't know.
That'd
Nation,
be
let us know.
that poll would make no sense. Like, what's your choice? Cheers or Star Trek? It's like Anthony chooses both. Everybody else chooses neither.
Everybody else is just out. They all cancel their subscription to the
Yeah.
Patreon.
The third option is like, I'll just read a book. Let me just read a book.
Well, actually, no. I have asked you to help me through like classical music 201.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about that on the mailbag episode. You're totally
Right.
right.
So maybe
Yep.
that's not a series, but I certainly want to do an episode content
Yeah. Yeah,
where
that sounds really good.
because maybe that's a little bit like this Marvel tour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because and this is I'm a little just to tell you the truth, Anthony and the listener, I'm a little bit nervous about this
Mm.
because I don't know if you'll like it.
Oh, right.
um, and so part of me is like, so then is it gonna be my job to just explain every time we do this why it's good?
You're the apologist.
Right. And
You're
so that
doing,
might be
yeah,
that might be the case with a 201 classical music course that you lead me through. You
yeah.
might have to say like, this is why it's good.
Right. This is, yeah. This is
And
what
I would be
to
able to say,
look for.
"Oh, now I understand," or "This is how to listen to it." Ah, I see, and that
Yeah.
helps me get through it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a good docent, specifically more in like an art museum, but
Yeah.
also like where this all started for me, this docent idea was at the natural, no, not natural history, Smithsonian
Mm-hmm.
Air and Space. And we
Right.
got this tour from this old dude that fought in World War II, and he's
Oh,
like
right. I
super
remember.
expert guy.
Yep.
And, he's like, I flew in that plane, I've flown in that plane. It's just really interesting. But like when you do a docent tour of like an art museum and you're looking at a piece of art that's like just a large blue, it's like a big rectangle of blue. And
Right.
you're like, okay. Or a really bloody scene or something really messed
Or
up
an
looking.
impressionist thing that you're standing too
Yeah.
close to, or something.
Yeah. And
Right.
so for me, a lot of times when if anything is described, I usually end up liking it.
Oh, that's
Like if
interesting.
I can see a description, a meaning,
Uh-huh.
the heart behind the artist,
The work that
I'm
went into it, the particular,
totally.
or like where, like with the impressionist painting, where to stand, the
Mm,
position to put yourself in to enjoy it and to see
yep.
the whole thing. Yeah, I see that. But that's got to be hard for like, I think about like a group of middle schoolers coming through
Yeah.
where some old guy is like, no, no, it's good, trust
It's
me.
good. Yeah, especially when like you didn't even do it. Like that's the thing is the docent doesn't have any stake in the game. Like they
Right.
didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I didn't like this, that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't actually mean anything to you. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it shouldn't hurt your feelings. Now, I have a prediction, dude,
Yeah.
that I'm just gonna love it. I'm gonna love it, dude.
Oh, okay. That's
Like
interesting.
I totally think I'm gonna love it. I think we're gonna have a blast. I wrote down my 5 things
You told me
that
this, I
I
think.
don't like about superhero movies. Like I was out on a
This is why
walk.
it made me nervous because you were like, here's the prep I've done for this episode. So what's going to happen in this episode is I'm going to run through my list of 10 in parentheses 12
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
movies that I think you should watch. Should.
Yeah,
This is all up to you. You could quit at any time. Who gives a rip? That
yeah.
I think somebody could watch and understand fully what's happening in Endgame with a little bit of explanation.
Right. So that's the race, right? The
Right.
goal that
Yep.
we have in mind, the habit that we're trying to create,
Mm-hmm.
to be movie watching people naturally,
Yep.
and so like by the end of it, we can run the race, which is watch Endgame,
Right.
right?
So I have the map all set up.
Yep.
You've
Oh
seen it.
man,
I'm
so
going to
cool.
share it with our 13.1ers here on our feed so they can see it too. We're going to do that, and then you have watched Iron Man, which you've seen before, probably what, 12 years ago?
Whenever it came out.
Okay, 12 years ago.
Yep.
And you rewatched it recently with Aaron and the girls.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to talk through that, the number one movie on my list to watch, right, in this order, and then
Yeah.
maybe we'll get to more questions. But you said what you're coming in prepared with are 5 things you hate about superhero movies.
No, they're my 5 superhero movie blocks.
Oh, okay, I see.
They're my 5 blocks as to why I don't enjoy them.
Okay, got it.
So we can go through those as well. And then
Yep.
also I took some notes on our first superhero movie experience with the girls, which was Iron Man. Although we did watch Wonder Woman 84, remember, a
Right,
couple
that's
months
right.
ago.
I was thinking about that.
And
Yeah.
that helped.
Okay,
That
interesting.
helped get the
Because they
girls
really
interested.
loved that one, right?
They really did. Yep.
Okay. Um, all right. So I'm not quite sure what the entry point. I mean, should I just start with running down the list?
Yeah, that rules. We also have to have just a tiny bit of, because this is the summer now.
Summer.
We got to talk real quick about summer drinks.
Mm.
Just like super fast because we're here for Marvel. But I've got a summer drink in hand
Now,
that I
drink
own.
of the summer is a
Mhm.
thing we've done since high school.
Yeah, Coke Black was one that
Oh,
nobody
yeah,
liked.
Coke, Black coffee, Coke.
Yeah, although now Coffee Coke is back, and it's better.
What is it called?
Like
Coke
I
coffee or something? I
forgot what
think it's
it's
just called
called.
something like that.
Yeah, it's like in
right?
the tall, skinny can, and they have unsweetened and sweetened.
Right. I think that if they've gone the route of like cherry Coke, vanilla
Or
Coke, coffee Coke, they're not calling it
yeah,
something special. They're just putting the qualifier before the brand
right.
name.
It's pretty good. It's creamy. I got the
Hmm.
sweetened. I don't think it's unsweetened. I think it's like diet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's you're not going to taste it and it's bitter, you mean?
Yeah, right. They didn't put Coke in without either aspartame or high
They
fructose
took
corn
all the
syrup.
sweetener out of the Coke.
Yuck. Oh, Coke
Unsweetened
unsweetened.
Coke. I wonder if people that like black coffee, that's you, right? Would
Mm-hmm.
like an unsweetened Coke.
That's super interesting. Unsweetened Coke because
Hmm.
I like unsweet tea.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
like black coffee. I don't put sugar in coffee.
Right.
Huh. I
So
think it would taste weird.
yeah, I do too. I mean, I
Yeah.
know I wouldn't like it. I only like coffee if it tastes like ice cream. um, so
What?
we used to do this like I don't know if we ever like we would just kind of like pronounce if I remember right. Like
This is the drink
this
of
is it.
summer.
This is
Yep.
the drink of
In
summer.
text, it would be me, you, Chad, Krause, Hex, Alex.
So my brainstorm the other day was maybe next summer
Mm-hmm.
is we do an episode with all of us where we
Oh,
decide the drink of the summer. I think we're too
that's
deep
good.
into the summer right now. I mean,
Yeah.
school's over
Yep.
for most people. You want to make that
Yep.
decision beforehand.
Yep.
And also, I don't know if an episode would work with 6 people on it,
Yeah. That would be just like a recorded Zoom call.
which
And
everyone loves.
I know there'd be tons of interrupting.
Yeah, totally.
Too many edits, actually. It'd
Yeah.
be so I was walking at Publix the other day
Hmm.
and I discovered this. So if you're a 13.1, you can see this.
Right. That's a Canada Dry Bold. It's been around for, I think, 6 months or a year. I could ask my Safeway worker, Noah,
Oh,
about when
yeah.
it
So
actually came on the scene.
I had never seen it.
Okay.
I had never seen it until. So I don't know if it just wasn't in Georgia.
That could be. Yeah.
Maybe it's new to Georgia. Here, I'm gonna crack this. Hey, how's it going? Can't wait to hear Marvel chat. I love the MCU. Anthony, you're gonna love it, dude. Oh, jeez. 608 622 Nab Pony.
Is Canada Dry a Coke product, though?
Um,
Pull
dang.
it out of that koozie and take a look.
Okay, so
He's checking it out, folks.
Canada
He's looking at
Dry.
turning it around. Usually there's a Coca-Cola
No.
insignia if it's a Coke product. I guess I don't know.
CanadaDry.com. There's no.
Might be
Oh,
its own
oh,
thing.
oh, interesting. Okay. So produced under authority of Dr. Pepper / 7-Up Incorporated,
Okay, Dr.
Plano,
Pepper 7 Up.
Texas.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting, dude.
Yeah. All
So
right.
Canada Dry is a Dr. Pepper product.
So maybe
Huh.
it's like Atlanta's trying to keep it out.
Yep. Actually,
We
maybe
don't
I
want your
shouldn't have gotten this.
flavors.
I know. Although Dr. Pepper is huge around here.
Is it?
It goes like Coke, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, like way down.
Oh, people hate Pepsi there.
Some people like it, but it's like, why is that here? You know, it's
Why
like
is it here? Why does
it's
that
like
exist?
this is where the natural spring of Coke is.
You were a Coke family growing up too, right?
Total Coke.
Okay, us too.
Although Pepsi, Crystal Clear Pepsi was cool.
Oh yeah.
Crystal Clear Pepsi was cool.
Uh-huh.
But
Pepsi
I
Blue.
was
Did you ever have Pepsi Blue?
nope. I
Okay.
don't think so.
I don't think that made drink of the summer
Okay, so
anytime.
yeah, we were Coke in growing up. We were Kool-Aid,
Uh-huh.
make your own from Sam's Club,
Okay.
and then across the street neighbors, the Kosholniaks,
Mhm.
Brian and Emily.
Mm-hmm.
They had one of those refrigerators.
They were one of
You have to
those
open with a key.
families.
Um,
You did?
no, like it was like one of those not one of those cool refrigerators like a bonus refrigerator, an actual refrigerator that
Okay.
would get stocked by a soda person with glass bottled sodas, and it had like a
Ooh.
like a thing to crack the
Oh,
bottle
sure.
on.
Yep. Yeah.
What do you
Like
call
a
that?
bottle opener there.
Like a church
right.
key thingy. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Side bottle opener, and we only got to have them like once a month.
Wow.
I was like, why? just get it. Like,
Why? I want it.
I know.
I don't understand. I want it. Why can't I have it?
I don't. So yeah, so we had Pepsi or Coke, Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
Squirt,
Squirt. Always loved a squirt.
I love Squirt, dude. Grapefruit soda. It's incredible.
Squirt was is great for a Zune owner.
Yeah.
Um, so
A
have you
good
proclaimed Canada Dry Bold as your drink of the summer?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know. So, yes, I mean, yeah, any soda that's a verb.
Surge. I take issue. I've taken. You know this. I'm taking a little bit of issue with Canada Dry Bold, and I'm not quite sure as a drink of the summer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, so I had never had it. That so I was like
Right.
drink I texted you guys drink of summer question mark. And
Yes.
then you
Sure.
and I were talking about it because you guys had it at Christmas. I totally get that. We have like the ginger cranberry
Yeah.
feel at Christmas, right? So I
Yep.
get how
Yep.
this would be a Christmas drink. I just never seen it before.
Right. So it does help a drink in the summer, a drink of the summer. It helps if it's something new.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like it's like sometimes a Coke or a Pepsi would be like, this is only going to be this summer. They'll like
Right.
they're trying something out in the summer, so you're like, okay, this is it. But I see what you mean. Like if you see something new, so I just tried Fanta pineapple. I've never tried it
Mm.
before.
Okay.
So refreshing and yummy.
Ooh. Okay.
And
Fanta
feels like
pineapple.
bright. Do you know what I mean? And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm circling that as my drink of the summer. I'm not sure if I'll land there. We,
Okay.
we just need to do a whole episode about drink of the summer, but it's interesting to me where you're going to land this summer.
Okay. The only other one I got yesterday at Target, and
Uh
you
huh.
and I were actually you talked to me through my whole journey at Target yesterday.
Right.
And I was walking the aisles
Uh huh.
and said maybe the whitest thing I've ever said.
Right.
Right? I was walking and I was like, "Ooh, new black raspberry La Croix."
There was just like silence on my end.
Yeah, I said it super loud too because I was on headphones, and like people were looking at me, and I was like, "That is the whitest thing." Like,
It's a big deal
ooh,
for us, people.
totally. So I have that. I
Yeah.
just played a concert, and the 12 pack. Actually, it's an 8 pack. Why does Target do 8 packs? I don't get that.
Of La Croix?
Yeah, they always sell 8 packs.
Oh, see, I always got like an 8 pack of Aha.
Okay, maybe that's like their palette, the way they do palettes or something. It
Bubbly,
needs
which
to be
is
that
that a Target
shape.
drink? Is bubbly? Is that the
I
Target?
think isn't that Coke?
Oh yeah, I think that is Coke, but that's only in 8 packs too. I mean, what's become of the world?
Or
Is La
no,
Croix going to
Aha
go
is
that
Coke.
direction?
Aha
Aha's
is
Coke,
Coke.
right?
Sorry, everybody.
I think no, I think the Target brand is called Good and Gather, which I like because it's got a matte finish can.
Ooh, yeah, that feels, dude, that feels nice in the hand.
Yeah, in
That is
summer
really good.
especially. Yeah.
Yeah, with
Okay.
that sweaty hand. Well, anyways, I'm gonna try the black raspberry
Okay.
La
Yeah,
Croix. I
and
meant to have
report
one
back.
in the, but it's still in my car. I got it at Target, and it's still in the car. So.
If you happen upon Fanta pineapple,
Oh yeah.
yummy.
Okay. That how does that work with water weekdays,
I can only have it on weekends. I have to
or
drink the
just screw
whole
that
two
for the
liter
summer?
because they don't sell it in cans. So just
Okay.
glug, glug, glug.
Yeah. See, I take issue with 2 liters, dude.
You don't like the plastic?
Mm-mm. I
Yeah.
don't like the plastic, and I don't like. You need to drink all 12 ounces in one sitting. You
Well,
can't keep opening and closing it.
I mean, top reason for a 2 liter is price.
Oh
You
yeah.
can get a 2 liter for 89 cents sometimes. And then you look
Yeah.
right next to it and it's like just a liter, or what do you like, a
Right.
12-ounce thing for more expensive. I'm not going to do that.
I know, but then there's no bubbles.
You got to drink it fast.
Okay.
Pound that thing. Don't nurse it, pound it. Okay, so you could potentially bring that La Croix that you've got in your car inside
Yep.
and drink it while you watch a Marvel movie. That might be delicious and
Okay.
nice.
I will. I will. So we watched Iron Man
Right.
on Saturday,
Yep.
and the girls were like, "So we're just not a superhero family, right?"
Right. So
And so,
that's one thing that you're bringing into this. It's like these are not family movies for you. These aren't personal favorites for you, and they're
right.
not family, everybody gather around and let's watch the latest
Right.
superhero movie.
Right.
Right.
Right. Exactly. So I actually have to sell it. I've never had to really sell stuff before.
Okay.
You know
Interesting.
what I mean?
Sure.
Because
Because you
you've
just
had
turn it on and they're okay with it, or because they choose what you're gonna watch.
they choose, or like somehow I just start watching Flight of the Navigator. It's like there have been various ways of just like easing things in. Like remember I showed the girls sloth sloth
Right.
videos, and then we watched, and they thought it was super funny. And son was like, "Oh, that guy's in this movie Goonies." Or
Uh-huh.
like I
Yeah,
just
that's right.
turned on
You
Flight of the
prep them.
Navigator. The music's so fun. And so now you've got like a baseline of like these are movies that you guys really like. Here's one that's like it.
But you're putting the work into that because you love that movie. This must
Exactly. Yeah,
feel
yeah.
different because you're selling them on something that you're not quite sure you like.
Right.
So that
But
can be hard. And so at some point during this long text thread we can read some of that stuff. I was just
yeah.
like, don't watch it with them. Just watch it yourself. You'll enjoy it way
Oh,
more if you don't have to
well,
worry about them.
well, okay, so here's the thing. We have Aaron. So Erin is really interested as well.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
she's totally in on the 100% in on this journey. We'll probably bring her in at some point
Okay,
because
good.
she's 100% in on this journey. We know the end goal is
Mm-hmm.
end game, and we
Yep.
know we're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Like who was I talking to? You weren't here. Why am I saying? Like
Because
we
you
were
always
talking.
figure I'm there on the
I know.
phone or something.
Right, just listening in.
Were you there? Probably.
Yeah, we were talking to somebody about, and oh yeah, we were like our small group,
Huh?
and the like our buddy Aaron and Alyssa, our buddies Aaron and Alyssa was saying she wept at the end of Endgame, and she doesn't
Mm-hmm.
like Marvel or superhero stuff.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
wept. I've had many friends tell me about how they cry, so I guarantee I'm gonna love it, and I'm
Yeah.
totally gonna cry, 100%.
Right.
So it's kind of like Hamilton in that sense of like I know this is gonna be really fun. It's like Easter or not Easter, Halloween candy that's sitting in my pillowcase
Yeah.
waiting to be enjoyed. Or like remember Beethoven 2 and 8. Like I
Well,
never
yeah, and
listened to
there's
Beethoven 2 and
also
8.
maybe I'm reading too far into this, but there's also maybe a fourness of I
Mm,
want to be unique and be the person in the room that hasn't watched any of the Marvel movies. Is that there at
yeah,
all?
I think it's more the Halloween candy thing, dude.
You want okay, that's good. That's
I
good to
think
know.
and I have my 5 blocks. I think it's more the Halloween candy.
Yep.
Also, I think it's super funny that Chad's so mad about it. I love that. I love you, Chad. I think it's hilarious. He's like, I will pay you to watch.
He
Like,
has offered to pay. Yeah. Now,
yeah. So
Chad, d- give me a break. Chad hasn't watched any
there,
Pixar movies.
you're right. Chad's never watched a Pixar movie, so you're
I don't
totally
think
right.
Chad's watched Stranger Things, which is a show written for him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Chad,
Yep.
you can't do that. And he
Can't.
loves bragging about how he hasn't seen stuff. So give me a
Yes, you're
break.
totally right. So I think there's the Halloween candy phenomena. If
Yep.
anybody doesn't know what that means, it means like February, March rolls around. I still have my Halloween candy, and it's
Uh-huh.
gone bad. Like
I
I
see.
hold on to stuff. I have Easter. I have these Cadbury eggs still. I can't wait
Yeah.
to eat them someday.
So I've
You know,
I've
like
got some good news for you around that.
okay,
This Halloween candy, the MCU,
Mm-hmm.
will
Mm-hmm.
never run out.
right, but yeah, okay, good
It
point.
will there will always be something else underneath the bed coming out, like if that's where you
Okay.
kept your Halloween candy, coming out in a month or 6 months or a year.
Well, and maybe it was this Phase 4 trailer.
Yeah,
Maybe
that could
that's
be.
the thing that tipped me over the edge of like, holy beep. There's
Yeah.
so much stuff coming down the pike, and that would be fun to watch live together.
Yes, definitely.
That would be fun. So it's like, okay, time to catch up.
I was thinking about that
I think,
Phase 4 trailer, like the
mhm,
purpose of it. And I think one of the purposes of it is for Marvel and Disney to say, don't forget that we are still part of pop culture,
mm,
and you need to know what this is if you really want to be connected with what's happening in pop culture right now. Like
okay,
there are
yeah,
10 movies coming up.
mm-hmm,
This is huge. And
yeah,
so we think you shouldn't miss out on this. We're Disney.
okay,
Bye bye.
yeah. Okay, so it's like we're still relevant.
Yes,
Like
definitely.
we did everything leading up to Endgame.
Yep.
You all had a blast, and then we went into quarantine and didn't release
Mm-hmm.
movies,
Yeah.
but we're back, baby.
Right.
Right? Like
Yep.
that kind of feel.
It's this maintain episode that we have coming up on Runner's Block. Like
Yeah.
just because the race is done
Right.
doesn't mean you can just quit on us.
Yeah.
We want this to be a lifetime thing for you.
Yeah. Okay, well that's good because
Yeah.
now I've started. The other thing I was thinking, dude,
Uh-huh.
is maybe the four thing, if there was an element to that, it's that I like underdog movies. That my favorite kind of movie is an underdog movie,
Right. Yep.
and that is not a superhero movie. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I wonder if your mind will change. There are
Like
some
like
there are
I love
certainly some
October Sky,
underdog.
dude. Like kids are gonna figure out how to make a rocket.
Yeah.
Like I
Sure.
like I like The Martian. Like I need to figure out how to get out of. That's not really underdog, but like I need to figure out how to get out of this. Or Walter Mitty, like a weird guy that goes on a journey.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like I think does that? I mean, but although Captain America, 100% Gomer
I mean, wait till
underdog.
you get to Ant-Man.
Yes, Ant-Man, 100%. I was thinking about that.
I understand what you're saying when it comes to things like Thor, who is a god,
Right.
right?
Right.
Or
Yeah.
now we can talk Iron Man when we get to that. Like I say we save the Iron Man review for the end
Okay. Cool.
because I think he's sort of set up as an everyman except for he's a trillionaire. So that doesn't really count.
Right. And I like Batman better.
Okay. Right.
He's the Marvel Batman, right?
Well, or
His
Iron Man
superpower
is
was
the yeah, you're right. Iron Man is the Marvel Batman. The
right. Like he's
lesser.
the right. His superpower is money, according to Snyder Cut.
Now I would say Iron Man's superpower is money and like sarcasm.
Okay. Just being yeah. He has that way more than any Batman except for Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah. I think he's kind of well, yeah, I'm not sure. I love Michael Keaton.
The
I
best.
feel like I mean he's the best, right?
Yep.
We haven't seen Robert Pattinson in that cowl and cape yet, but I
Yeah,
still love Michael Keaton the best.
me too. Right after Mr. Mom.
just
Perfect.
just you're hired off of Mr. Mom to be Batman. We saw that in him.
Yeah.
Can I can I tell the listener what the 10 movies
Yes.
are?
Awesome.
And then let's hear your 5 blocks,
Okay.
and then
Great.
let's talk Iron Man.
Okay. Sweet.
Okay, I'm actually going to share screen here so
All
that you
right.
can see, and so can the 13.1. You can see my screen right now if you go to the secret YouTube
Mm,
channel. Okay, here it is. Now, I even drew little icons next to each one. Do you like
I
that?
know our girls loved this, dude. You really explored your creative side on this.
This was
So
like
cool.
during packing, and I was like so annoyed with packing boxes.
Yep.
And we had, if you turn the page of this, what people are looking at right now is just a notebook page
Yep.
with all the movies listed there and a little icon next to each one. If you turn the page of that notebook back, you'll see like our packing to-do list, which I was sick of. So it's called Anthony's Tour Through the MCU, led by unpaid intern docent Stevie G. And I tried to pick 10 movies,
Yeah.
but
Oh
the 10
man.
movies that I thought were necessary.
Yeah. And
And
you said you wanted me to like them, right?
and so then what happened was there were 2 other movies that I didn't think were necessary, but I thought you would like,
Okay.
that I put in those parentheses there. You'll see where I think I could easily describe them to you so you wouldn't have to watch them, but I actually think you'd really like them.
Okay.
Ant-Man because it has Thomas the Tank Engine, and I think your girls
Yep.
will friggin' lose their minds.
Yes. I've been wanting to watch that ever since it came out.
Right. I know. When you saw the trailer and you were like, hey, did you know? Um, and then Thor Ragnarok, which is John Mark Homer's favorite movie. And so I guess you have to watch that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay. Let me go through this. There are 3 phases that you need to catch up on before phase 4.
Okay. And your way of telling me about this And also for the listener, if you haven't seen Marvel, we're
Hmm.
totally doing this together. I think Hack is joining us on this, right?
Yeah, but I think he's seen. Well, no, I think he's seen some of them because Sam, his son, is a big fan.
Okay. All right. So
And
Hack,
Julie has certainly seen all of them.
yeah,
But
we've
Hack,
gotten
but
people write us in that they were following on this journey. Maybe it was Josh or Kevin.
no,
I can't remember.
Hack did ask about it, so I guess I'm
Yeah.
assuming he hasn't seen them all. Um,
Hmm.
and then actually, what you text? No, wait, he texted us with that chart of all of them.
Yep.
Remember this?
Yeah. Crayon Stream chart.
And you were like, I think you said something like, "This is why I can't watch these movies because of charts like
Yes.
this."
That's a huge block for non MCU people.
Right.
Is like you see that poster of
Yep.
29 movies and it's like, where do I start? And now that was in chronological order, and you were like, don't do that, right?
Another pet peeve of mine.
Okay.
So it started with Captain America because Captain America is in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went to Captain Marvel because Captain Marvel's in the 90s. But
Mm-hmm.
that's not how you're supposed to watch. It would listen. See, I've said this before. C.S. Lewis would roll in his grave if he knew that people were reading Magician's Nephew first, because he didn't write that book first. He wrote it sixth
Exactly.
so that you could read it and say, "Oh, you get the thrill of a prequel."
Oh my! I just got so many goosebumps, dude. When Lily and I read that,
Yeah,
our minds were blown, and we were like, "Okay, this did happen before Lion Witch in the Wardrobe,
yeah.
but the payoff would have been like, okay,
No.
so
So you don't watch for the first time episode 1
no,
because because the only good stuff about episode 1 is to be able to say, "Oh, I get it." The little
yeah,
things. And so you don't start with Captain America.
yep,
Um and certainly don't go to Captain Marvel after that. Give me a break. Okay, so what I tried to do is simplify it, not as many arrows. Uh, and I drew these little colorful icons next to it so
yeah.
that it was pleasing to the eye. And I split it into the 3 phases. The phases are separated by mostly separated by Avengers movies.
Okay, right. And you told me the easy way to tell me about phases was you said it's like prequels,
Mm-hmm.
original, and sequels, right?
I just said that's one
In
way to
Star
think
Wars
about it
terms,
instead of rolling your eyes and saying phases. That's stupid. All
right? Here,
franchises
pause.
have phases. Okay.
Right here, pause 1 second.
Okay.
What's up, Isla? One bluey? Sure. One bluey, and then do some reading, okay? Goofball.
All right. Bluey.
Have you seen that?
The Verve's daughters are big fans.
Okay, so cute.
So
The
there's
Sleepy Time
Bluey stuff
episode,
all over.
amazing.
The
Dude,
what
the Sleepy
episode?
Time.
Sleepy Time?
Sleepy Time.
Okay.
Incredible. They use the planets music.
Oh, nice.
It's really good. Okay, check it out.
Okay. I wonder if there's any world where I would watch an episode of Bluey at this
Well,
point in my life.
while you're living there.
Sure. Well, they're not here. So I guess I could
Oh.
watch Bluey.
Oh, so they're not there?
No, they're in Utah for the week.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
watch Bluey with the kids when they come back.
Okay, I'll do that.
Sleepy Time.
Shoot, what was I saying?
Talking about phases.
Okay. So all franchises have phases. It's just Marvel calls it that, and people are like, "That's stupid." But it's just it's just that you entering into this is just like entering into anything else. It's just ways for them to organize these things.
Sure. Yep.
Okay. So phase 1 movies, and I think you've seen 3 of the 4 of these.
Yep. Okay, so I've seen Iron Man
Yep.
on Saturday and as well as when it came out. I
Yep.
saw Captain America when it came out. Yesterday you were like, "Dude, is there any way you can watch Captain America before we record tomorrow?" And I was like, "I really can't. I'm sorry." So I can't wait because I remember him being a skinny Gomer,
Yep.
and so I remember that. So I'm actually really excited to see that. Thor, haven't seen. Really don't care about Thor, dude.
Thor is something that most people just think is stupid.
Okay, but but it's really awesome.
I love Thor.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I think he's
I,
funny. I think it's interesting. I think that early in the MCU, what they were trying to do was make each movie a different genre.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
Thor is fantasy. Thor is
Okay.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I recognize that. Okay.
So and Thor is important because of Loki. He comes back over and over again. And that
Okay, and
show
what's the
starts a
difference?
week from now, from today.
Oh, right. Oh, and that was another thing is we really wanted to watch Winter Soldier. We watched WandaVision, so it's like now that there's like these shows coming out
Mm-hmm.
too, we kind of want to be caught up on that. What's the difference between Loki and something being low key?
They're low key. They're different words and different meanings, and it makes no sense that you would confuse those two. Okay,
Can Loki be low key?
he's actually. I don't know that he is low key. He's a little bit. He's got a lot of bravado.
Okay.
Okay, so Captain America you saw 12 years ago. I cannot wait for you to watch it again. It's so good,
Okay. Sweet.
and it's very Gomer, and there's running stuff in it. The
Mm-hmm.
most running stuff is weaved throughout the Captain America movies.
Okay, cool.
Um, Thor, I think that may be a challenge. I'm not sure, but I do think it's important to watch
Okay, sweet.
because it sets up the Avengers, which
Which I've
I
seen.
still you have seen, and you didn't know that the Hulk was in it.
Had had no clue. I was like, why are they in this weird like devil world? And then who is the Hulk? Remember that we should drop that clip if we could
Oh
ever
yeah,
find
I
that.
actually think we. The weird thing is, I think we recorded that outside of the Capitol.
Oh, okay.
Remember,
That's
that
funny.
was the year that
Yep.
Avengers came out. We had just run and we recorded out in the lawn on the Capitol
That
at
dude, I would
night.
love to listen to that again. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's before
Okay.
we knew
So,
anything about the Enneagram.
right. So that's phase one.
I knew at least. Okay.
Um, the movie you're
I am
skipping there is Incredible Hulk. It's really bad.
okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I liked Incredible Hulk growing up.
Yeah.
I liked that original one,
Mm-hmm.
the 80s.
Now, Hulk is a fan favorite in the MCU because of. No, I can't. What's the actor's name? Julie is going to be so mad at me. Let me look up the actor's name. The Incredible Hulk is a different actor.
Oh. Oh, it Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like so it's not Paul Rudd, not Paul Rudd.
Why can't I think of his name? Um,
Sorry, Jules.
I know. Anyways, there was a. I'll just look up Hulk actors because I want to remember the name of the other guy also.
Okay.
So Mark Ruffalo is the guy who's
Yes.
Hulk right now, and he plays that character amazing, and
I
it's
love Mark Ruffalo.
so fun.
Yep.
And they just completely redo him for Avengers, and he's great. He's like their
Oh.
pet, basically.
So it's a different actor in
In
Hulk and Avengers?
Yes, so Incredible Hulk, they tried to launch that with Edward Norton,
Oh,
and
okay.
he was just so hard to work with that they fired him.
Okay. Way too low key.
No, too way too high key.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
opposite of
not
low
sure
key.
you know what this word means.
I just like
He was
I'm trying to make you laugh.
he was ridiculous. And so then they fired him and hired Mark Ruffalo, and is one of the best things that happened to the MCU.
Okay, great. Yeah, perfect comic relief,
Yes.
funny, adorkable.
And just a great dichotomy to what he becomes when he's mad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that's phase one. Then we get to
Got
movies
it.
that you have not seen.
So here we're when did Avengers come out? Can you look that up?
2012, I think. I will look it up. But
Okay, so
let me make sure.
this is important because we had a baby. Me and Aaron had Lily
Yeah.
in 2011.
Yeah.
Yep. I went to Avengers super tired.
May 4th, 2012.
There it is. So Lily wasn't even one yet.
Yeah.
She's like 8 months. So I
And
went
did
to
you go
that
alone?
Pinellas Park AMC, pretty sure by myself.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
got there late.
I remember this. And you walked in and you were like, "Is this still the trailer?"
Exactly.
Because I certainly
So
don't understand what's happening.
right. So that's important though. That's why starting with phase 2, no clue.
Right. Okay. So Avengers happens. I remember sitting on my front stoop after Avengers, and talking to Alex on the phone and us both being just gobsmacked that they pulled it off.
Yep.
6 superheroes in one movie, and it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
a huge cultural event, and I was thinking at that point, I guess it's over. They did it.
Right.
And then they announced phase 2. And so the movies I want you to watch in phase 2 are fewer, even though phase 2 is one of my favorite phases.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 3, but
Right.
they really press in phase 2 into the different genres, and then they kind of abandon that in phase 3.
Okay.
So you can skip Thor Dark World. That is probably most people's least favorite Marvel movie, even though I like it. And I can just tell you what happens there. So I want you to
Okay.
watch Captain America Winter Soldier, which is, I think, my second or third favorite movie. And it's so good
Okay.
and has the best
Cool.
running scene in the whole series.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Um, and then you can just go right to Avengers Age of Ultron to get that second
Okay.
Avengers movie.
Okay. Now I was thinking after we watched Iron Man, I was like, we have to watch 2 and 3 because this was really fun.
Okay. I Iron Man 2 is bad.
Okay, so skip Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 3 is interesting because it's about PTSD of
I've seen it.
Avengers.
I actually have seen that one
And
with
it's got
Aaron.
a twist that lots of people hate and I love,
Okay.
where the bad guy doesn't end up being the bad guy and people hate that, but I think it's so awesome.
Oh, cool. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, I don't think you need to watch it.
Okay, good. Good.
Um, Now Ant-Man comes after Age of Ultron. You can skip it if you want, but I wouldn't.
No, I won't. We'll
Okay.
watch it.
It's really fun.
And
And it's
that's Lost Person, Evangeline
Evangeline
Lilly.
Lilly, yep,
Yep.
Michael Pena and Paul Rudd,
Michael Pena. I
and it's
love Michael Pena.
so funny and good, and it's small, and so they're doing all these big Avengers movies, and then they're just like, let's just do a small like heist movie,
Yeah.
and then they do, and it ends up having a big impact on the rest of the series up to now,
Okay. Awesome.
where Ant-Man's character becomes really integral in the Avengers Infinity series at the end. Okay,
Got it.
so that's phase 2, and then phase 3, you need to watch Civil War. Very important because Spider-Man comes on the scene for the first time in that movie. You've seen the Spider-Man movies? Have you seen the Spider-Mans or not?
Some of them.
There's only 2 in this one.
Oh,
So
no.
I think you probably saw Homecoming.
Nope, I didn't see that, but I saw one with the I saw like the first ones with that guy from something.
Did you see the one with Michael Keaton?
No.
Okay. I thought you did. Michael Keaton's
I'm
the
talking
bad guy.
original Spider-Man, dude.
Okay,
I mean
talking
OG
yeah, right.
2000
Of course you've seen
Spider-Man.
that. I figured you've seen those. I'm wondering if you've seen the Spider-Mans with Tom Holland, the new Spider-Man. Michael Keaton is the bad guy.
Uh, Andrew Garfield was in it.
No, that was before.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've got like the Social Network Spider-Man, and then I've got the Martian Ant-Man. I think that's around the same time.
Okay, I see.
Michael Pena.
Right. Okay, so you don't need to watch the other Spider-Man, in my opinion.
Okay.
Just watch Civil War.
These are some sweet
really
hot
great.
takes probably for somebody. They're probably like, yeah, right.
I love those movies. I don't think Anthony needs to watch them.
Sure. And the heart behind this whole thing is to get to the race.
Right.
To watch
exactly.
Endgame and have a blast.
Yep. Thor Ragnarok
We can fill in all this stuff later, right?
Yeah.
Like if we're enjoying it, it's like, okay, we'll check out the other Spider-Man. We'll see Iron Man 2 even though they said not to, etc. Like
yeah, I mean you can.
Okay.
It's the thing is that other characters introduced in these movies, but you can pick them up in my opinion when you see them. So Black Widow is introduced in Iron Man 2, but not in any way that you're gonna wonder, huh? Who's this when she shows up later?
Yeah, okay, got it.
Thor Ragnarok, the more I think about it, the more I think you should watch it because there is setup for the final movies.
Okay.
But it's also
not just
so fun.
Okay, not just because of John Mark Comer. I've heard so many people say Ragnarok was a friggin' blast.
Yeah.
It was your favorite movie of the year, right?
Favorite movie of 2019.
Okay. Wow.
Well, 2000, I guess it was 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. So good, so fun. I love the bad guy. and I love Hulk in that movie. It's so good. Okay,
Okay.
Black Panther you've seen, but it might be worth a rewatch. But if you don't think
Hmm.
you can put that together, the main reason I want you to rewatch that is for what happens in Endgame. It's just one moment that it makes it all worth it. But you have watched it recently, so you don't necessarily have to watch it again.
Okay. And I watched that one by myself, so I think we should watch that with Aaron.
Good
You
idea.
know, that's a good side note here is what can the girls watch and what can't they watch? You know what I mean?
Let's talk about that when you tell me how they responded to Iron Man.
For sure.
Okay, and then you have Infinity War and Endgame. Um, Super important movies and amazing.
Were those movies good?
Yeah, those movies were good. So I think the big thing that you're missing here is Guardians of the Galaxy. You've seen the
Oh, okay.
first one.
I've
Um,
seen Guardian of the Galaxy 2.
oh, you've seen the second one.
Yeah.
So we will have to have a conversation about Guardians of the Galaxy before you watch Infinity War
Okay.
because there's
Cuz
important stuff that happens in those movies around that.
they're in that.
They're in that.
Is Groot in that?
Groot's in that. Teen
The guy
Groot
for
because he died
Okay.
in Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, yeah,
Oh.
in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 he died and then he's baby Groot in Guardians 2 and then he's has grown up to be Teen Groot in
Oh.
Infinity War.
Okay. Amazing. That sounds pretty fun. And then the guy from Parks and Rec.
Chris Pratt
That's it. And Jurassic World.
and that lady that's in Star Trek, Avatar, and Marvel.
Oh. Zoe
Yep,
Saldana.
Zoe Saldana is great.
Okay, yep.
Um, just a laugh riot, those movies, but you'll pick up why when you watch the ones that I've assigned you. So that's the assignment. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, The Avengers, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Captain America: Civil War, Thor: Ragnarok, Black Panther, Avengers: Infinity War, and Avengers: Endgame.
Okay, so how many movies were between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame?
Just Ant-Man and the Wasp. One.
Oh. Okay, so those are weren't Infinity War and Endgame filmed like
Filmed at the same
sequentially,
time.
or they were almost supposed to be one movie and then cut it in two
Right,
sort of
because
thing?
because
Okay.
it's I think 5.5 hours of movie.
Okay.
And
And
so
it's
they cut
better
it
than
into.
Snyder Cut.
I mean, I don't mean to offend anyone, but the way these movies are just put together, the fact that you can see what's going on and there's more than one joke, yes, these movies are better than the Snyder Cut.
So they can take 5.5 hours and make it like really good and interesting.
I had never thought about that. That Infinity War and Endgame are about the same length
Yeah.
as the Snyder Cut is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay, so I want to hear what your five, is it 4 or 5 blocks
I
you
have
have going
I
into
have 5
superhero
here.
movies? Okay, great.
Okay. So here's what I've got here. I mean, so the first thing I already kind of mentioned, which was I like underdog stories. Like
Right.
that's when I was out the other day with Indy. I was like, what is it that I'm not as drawn to superhero movies?
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't like I don't know. Do I not relate to them? I don't know.
That
Like
could be. I
obviously
mean,
I'm not a superhero, and so
right.
like I don't feel like I'm not worried or inspired. You know, like
Uh-huh.
I like being inspired by things
Yeah.
that
Yep.
happen or go wrong,
Yeah.
and then you fight adversity. Not obviously superheroes are fighting adversity. Actually, okay, so that's actually my number one block, dude, is that those stakes are super low
Right. Yeah. So
in a
we talked
superhero
about
movie.
this a little bit. Yeah.
Yep. Like they can't die.
Right.
So I'm like, who cares? Like I'm bored.
So my pitch to you last time we talked about this is that stakes aren't just that person dying.
Yes, which is, and then we're kind of replaying that conversation, but
Yeah.
when, like, for example, Captain Kirk was put at risk in Wonder Woman 84, and he died in the first Wonder Woman. So what?
Well, you should try the Fast and Furious series because everybody dies and everybody comes back
Okay.
at some point. We're trying a new franchise this summer. Ana Lucia from Lost dies. 2 movies
Oh
later,
yeah.
she's back.
Okay. Huh.
And it happens like over and over again. And so we're having a blast with those movies. It's because it's just so fun.
Yep.
And so it's interesting to me that for you it's like there's interest lost if they're invincible and they're not
That's
going
what
to die.
that's what I mean. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
so like they're like, okay, so we actually played into that when the
Mm-hmm.
girls got a little bit scared during Iron Man.
Right.
Is we were like, hey girls, just FYI, there's like 29 more movies and there's 3 Iron Man and also he's in all these other movies. So like you don't need to worry at all. And they're like, "Oh, okay." So
Okay.
then
Well,
they weren't worried or scared anymore.
at some point you may have to break it to them that everybody does die at
Well,
some
they
point.
know about death.
I'm just saying with this in particular. Okay, well, that's the end of spoilers there. So okay, it's hard for you to engage when the character is unkillable. I
That's what I
totally
mean.
get that. Yep, definitely. Okay, what's
Okay.
next?
Okay, number 2, I just wrote down how many doomsday devices or evil
Mm-hmm.
supervillains can there really be?
Yes, exactly. Alex and I call this the beam shot into space problem. Where
Okay,
there's
great. Tell me about
there's
that.
a scene in a superhero movie where all of a sudden there's like a just a beam shooting up into space, and they're like, how do we keep that beam from shooting up into space? Well, we'll have to figure it out because if it doesn't
Yeah.
stop shooting up into the space, something's going to happen. It's a Star Wars problem too, which
Yep.
is like how many spherical weapons that shoot beams are
Yeah.
we going to have to kill in
Right.
this series?
Well, okay, Star Trek is the same thing. So like
Yep.
in Star Trek The Next Generation, the Borg
Mm-hmm.
season 3
Yep.
became the ultimate. So like in the original Star Trek it was the Klingons,
Yep.
and then by Star Trek The Next Generation, Klingons are cool pretty much.
Yep.
And they actually have a Klingon on staff,
Right.
right?
Yep. He's our coworker.
We
They have to
got
go to
one of
diversity
those.
training for this.
We have
So
a
that
Klingon here.
they can get along. Yeah. Star Trek 6, by the way,
Multicultural.
is a great movie about diversity and multi-ethnicity.
Yes,
I love it.
100%. And
Yeah.
yeah, guess who's coming to dinner? Right?
Love
They
it.
actually quote that. It's pretty
Yes.
amazing.
Yep.
Star Trek 6 is good writing. 2 is amazing writing. 6 is amazing writing. Oh,
Oh
there's a
man.
lot of great writing in the Star Treks actually.
Love it.
Um, okay, so and then you've got the Borg, and then you're super scared of them for like a few seasons,
Right. And
and then
then
it's like,
all
okay,
of a
we're
sudden we're coworkers.
yeah, we're coworkers. So now we have one on staff. Now that like you guys know what we're talking about here, okay?
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
all of a sudden, then it's the Cardassians, not the Kardashians.
No, the Cardassians. Yep.
Yep. So makeup has to come up with a new humanoid that looks mostly human with just some like prosthetics and stuff.
Yep.
So we've got the Cardassians, and
So
then
there's a lot of there's a lot of like cyclical stuff in a long series, and
yeah,
I totally get what you mean about super villains in particular. Like how many things are out there that are like, I know about this plan to take over the world is going to work.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's like in season 3 of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Where were the Cardassians? Because the Borgs were super scary. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like,
that will come up a lot. Like, where was this person?
yeah, doesn't that make sense? Like at the end of Snyder Cut,
Yeah,
that super bad evil god dude.
right.
Like, there's nothing worse than that guy.
Dark side. Right? Yeah. So but if they continue a series like that, there has to be somebody worse,
Right. So
or
where's
else
that
what's
guy during
interesting?
that?
Where's that guy the whole time? Yeah.
Where, okay. So so that's number 2. Just how many doomsday devices? This sounds really cynical. I'm
No, no,
kind
no.
of saying this all tongue in cheek, but it's why I don't connect.
Right. I get it.
That's what I mean, because like the guy can't die,
Mm-hmm.
and actually that leads to number three. Okay, that leads to number three. Villains don't usually die either, just maybe go to jail and then escape anyways.
So, so the, I'm wondering. You just saw Black Panther. I wonder what they're going to do with Killmonger because they actually made the decision. This is an interesting bad guy. He's not trying to take over the world with a device,
Right.
and then they kill him off.
Mm-hmm.
But that was I'm sad about that because I loved him as a bad guy. So would I be happy if he came back, which is the rumor,
Mm.
or am I
Is this
satisfied with him dying?
is
Because
this
that's a
Michael B.
good,
Jordan?
yeah, that's a good completion of the story.
Right.
Uh,
No, but I mean Lex Luthor unkillable. They just recast him,
right. Recast him,
and you
shave
figure,
his head.
yep,
He's the new Lex Luthor.
yeah. So do you know what I mean? It's like you
Yeah.
can't kill him, you can't kill him. It's like you just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yep. So yeah, Marvel is not innocent of this at all.
Okay,
They love bringing people back.
okay.
There's some sort of thrill in that, but after a while, it's like, okay, are you guys watching Bad Batch?
Yeah, we watched the first half of the first episode so far.
Okay, it's not good in my opinion.
Really? Okay. We had fun watching the first half of the first episode.
It's like a very subpar um mini section of the Clone Wars that is skippable, and they're marketing it as its
Oh,
own series. And
dang
I
it.
think, I mean, I think it's pretty bad. Anyways,
Oh no.
there was just an episode where I was like, what? You don't have to give an origin story to people that have seen the Bad Batch know what I'm talking about. An origin story to every single thing in the Star Wars universe. You get a little thrill about that, but at some point
Yeah.
it's like, I don't care how Solo got his name, right? I don't care how he puts his gun together. Oh, like, okay, just tell a new story. Anyways, Marvel is
Yeah.
guilty of that for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I was just talking into my phone as I was out with Indy. Number four. I just wrote stupid.
Okay. This is what I'm most afraid of.
Okay.
Is that
So
we will get to the end of this thing and you'll just be like, stupid. Shouldn't have done it.
that I guarantee that won't happen with Endgame. I guarantee. I know I'll have a blast. But
Yeah.
you know, after everything we went through with Broadway, dude, I'm still not a super fan.
Oh, no. And you even told me after that episode came out, you wish you could have been harder on it.
Not Hamilton, but
No, no, no.
Broadway.
Yes. I mean, the 10 shows that I went through on that episode, when you re-listen to it, you're like, it sounded so dumb, dude.
I don't know,
And I
man.
really thought I was playing the clips of the best parts of this of those musicals,
Oh,
and you were just like, I mean, if we could do it over again and you were to play me those clips, I would have been way harder on it.
that would have been
So
way.
dumb, dude. I don't know why I like what I like.
I know. Well, so that's the cool thing is like
Yeah.
you like Broadway and superheroes, and I
Hmm.
like Star Trek. And so I'm trying to think of something else that you would like moderately like, but like listening to sermons, maybe.
Well, yeah, sure.
You love sermons and you love God, but you don't listen to 100 a week.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, that might be a good example. I don't know.
I
It's
don't
just
know.
like to a certain extent, you like what you like. You really get energy out of certain things.
Yeah.
And were we talking about this on the podcast? Like to try to convince somebody that what you like that they don't like is good is really hard.
Yep.
Because if they don't like it and you like it, at some point you're just like, okay,
That's really hard, and it's really hard when it's somebody really like me and you,
sure, right.
because I'm like, dude, like this song I listen to once every 2 weeks and weep, and I listen to it 10 times in a row. Please like it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, eh, or vice versa. You know what
Right.
I mean? And then you're sort of like, it's like you want to connect over it or something like that.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean?
Yep. And so yeah, I wonder what that's pretty wise. I think there's like I really want to connect with this person I love over this thing that I love. And if they don't love
Right.
it, what does it say about our relationship and about me?
Right. Okay, so like for me and Erin,
Yeah.
Coke. She hates soda.
Okay.
I have dreamt about the day that we could drink a Coke together. Gave up on
In
that
your
years
in
ago.
your wildest fantasies.
Yeah, I was like, if I could have, and we're just like, how cool would it be to share a Coke, right? Remember the branding was like, I want to share a Coke with.
Yep.
Remember the
Mm-hmm.
name?
Oh, those names, yeah. Are they
Yep.
still doing that? I haven't seen that this summer.
I don't think so. That was super fun.
Yeah.
So that, yep, we don't share Coke.
Uh-huh.
Um, that was one of the main ones.
Yeah.
There's probably many others, but
Yeah, for
that's the
sure.
first one that I can think of off the top of my head.
I mean, I've told you before that our marriage, when Jessica and I got married, what I brought in was what Jessica brought in was like this deep personal relationship that goes way beyond I could ever know with God.
Mm-hmm.
Just um all this beauty and depth and all this
Yep.
stuff. And what I brought in was American Idol.
Right.
Like, try this out, and she liked it. And I was like,
Yeah.
I did it.
Yes.
But there are just some things that I like that she will never like. And it's
Yep.
just like, okay, I'll just do that myself or watch that myself.
Yeah. That's actually really interesting because like so for us, Erin loves like British stuff.
Mm.
She
Ooh, tell me
loves
more. Tell me
loves
more.
British stuff. Anything royal family.
Mm.
She's not near to the extreme of her family. Like they're like super everything royal family.
But
Like
does
love
she
it.
like a Downton or
Oh yeah.
a
Oh yeah.
okay?
She's watched everything. Everything PBS.
Whew.
Everything
Yes.
like Hans Zimmer. No, remember I like
Like,
the Hans Zimmer about The Crown.
you like The
That's what I
Crown
like about it.
just for the crown, just for the. By the way, it slaps, that show.
Yeah,
So
that
good.
totally. I enjoy it, but I brought into the marriage like all that stuff is dumb.
Oh,
So my
okay.
heart has needed to soften to royal stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Got
mean?
it.
Like, and so she brought sci-fi is dumb.
Right.
Like that,
Definitely.
it's that
Yes.
narrative that you live with, right?
Yep.
And so now she's softened to that, and she loves Star Wars. She's
Mm-hmm.
interested in trying the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
She loves like I mean she loves a lot of that stuff that we watch, but yeah. So she brought the British stuff. Basically, dude, she brought order and I brought chaos. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. And
well,
Jessica brought depth, and I brought the shallows.
yeah, that's it. That's it. Like the way I always say it, if we have friends over, I'm like, she taught me how to follow a recipe, and I taught her how to improvise.
Well, and for us, it's she brings me, she gets me serious, and I
Mm-hmm.
bring levity.
Yep.
And both of us cannot imagine how our lives would function without the other,
Yep. 100%.
because I need that and she needs that. And so
Yep.
I'm hoping in this process I can bring you in this. But dude, if you get to the end of it and don't like it, it's not like I'm going to stand up for the little man, the MCU. Like, who gives a rip if you don't like this thing that billions of people are going to keep going for years to come?
Totally. I think I'm gonna like it, dude. I think it's gonna be fun. Let me share my last one.
Okay.
Okay. Every movie wrecks either an entire city or country or planet.
Right.
How come in the sequel or even by the end of the movie things are back to normal?
Okay. I will just tell you one of my
We talked about this
favorite
with Godzilla
things.
v Kong.
Okay. One of my favorite things about the MCU is that they have to pay for what they've done.
Mm. Okay. That's cool.
Starting in phase 2,
Yep.
things get really complicated
Cool.
about
See now I'm
ab-
into that, dude.
about
I'm
what they
way
have
into
done. So you're gonna get John Hurt from the Big Chill in there, mad at
that.
them
Yes.
about
Yes.
what
Okay.
they've
Love it.
done. All the WandaVision is about the grief of what happened in
Okay.
the MCU, right? That's
Yeah.
her dealing with what she's done, what
Yep.
happened to Vision, what they've done, and they have to figure all that stuff out. It's it no those things, and I maybe I'm overselling this, but the things they do and the people they kill do not matter. They don't go away.
Okay, so now I'm super in on that, dude.
Okay.
I like a thread.
So when you
And
get to Civil War, there's
yep.
there's not a civil war because one of them likes apples and one of them likes oranges. It's
Yeah.
very like what do we do about who we are stuff.
Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm in on that for
Okay.
sure, dude.
Great.
Love it.
The thing I hated most about Man of Steel is that they friggin' destroy a city and Superman
Yep.
doesn't give a rip at the end of that movie. I walked
Right.
out of that movie so mad,
Yeah.
just boiling mad. Now they've dealt with that a little bit in those Snyder verse movies, but they could turn up the lights a little bit so I can see them while they're talking. That might help.
Right. Okay, so that's my 5,
Okay.
and it sounds like number 5 they're definitely I don't need
You,
to worry about number 5. So
some
that's
people
good.
aren't as satisfied with it as I am, but especially with WandaVision and Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
Yep.
they're dealing with it, and I love it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. All right. Tell me a little bit about watching Iron Man. You've watched the first one on my list.
Okay, watched Iron Man. I had to sell the girls
Yeah.
on it. Lily always says I'm not into superhero movies, like that's not my thing,
Yeah.
which is so amazing for a 9-year-old. Hilarious. Here's the main way I was able to get him to watch it, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, Jeff Bridges is in it.
From Tron Legacy.
Yep. And they were like, oh. Because that's like their favorite movie right now is Tron
Right.
Legacy.
Sure. I see.
Like, dude,
Oh
I
my
gotta like
gosh.
Lily, sorry, Isla just graduated from her like half day kindergarten,
Uh-huh.
and they do this questionnaire, like this one sheet,
Yeah.
like favorite food, favorite music.
Yep.
My dad always says, my mom always says,
Mm-hmm.
it's a favorite music. She wrote Tron music.
That's funny.
Dude,
When
I was so proud of her.
when Jack was 8, he had to fill out one of those, and for favorite movie, he put Arrival.
I love that.
I know. You can tell who the parents are, I guess.
Yes. Okay, that's
Okay, so
awesome.
Jeff Bridges was a draw for them,
Yep, Jeff Bridges was key.
right?
So we had dinner.
Mm-hmm.
We watched it. They were like sort of scared.
Okay, interesting.
Like they were more scared in this than they were like in a Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
Maybe because it's in a real
It's
world.
on Earth.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, and actually, Iron Man, there's nothing superhero about it, right? Like there's nothing, not super. It's a superhero, obviously, but like there's nothing, that's like it's not a superpower. There's nothing spiritual,
No.
you know what I mean?
Right. Yep. It's Batman.
Like Batman,
Right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
So it's all grounded in reality.
Yep.
What's up? Sorry. Okay. So it's all grounded in reality.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
that made it scarier, actually.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And then, and like guns and stuff, we're not really into guns.
Right. Yeah.
We're not really into that stuff. Of like laser swords, totally different story.
Yeah.
We've talked about that tons.
Yep.
Pew pews,
Mhm.
stuff like that. I mean, it's not like amazing or anything, but not worried about that.
Right. Yeah, once they get
Guns,
more
violence,
spacey
torture.
stuff, yeah, those are that is different. But you're right, the guns stuff is rough.
Yep.
Need a minute.
Right, exactly. Sorry, Gomertrons. You can see the inner workings of my kids coming in and out.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's not. Oh, I don't remember what we were talking about. Sorry,
Guns.
totally distracted for a second. Guns.
It's based on it's based in the real world.
Yeah, and so that made them more scared. Same with torture, stuff like that. And then like there's like sexy times and stuff.
I
Okay.
don't remember any sexy times.
Here's the question. It's Iron Man starts by he's like a playboy.
Oh, sure. I get you. Yep.
Right.
Got it. So
So
he has
there's-
like ladies on his arm and stuff.
Well, yeah, and like in bed and stuff.
Oh, I can't remember that about Iron Man 1.
Yep. So that's a question I had. Is is was this was pre Disney, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So does Iron Man, like, it didn't feel like a Disney movie to me. Do they become more Disney,
More Disney.
like more family friendly?
No. I mean, think
Okay.
about Black Panther.
Right.
That's serious stuff, right?
Yep.
Um, and so it's awesome, and there's pieces of levity,
Right.
but I would not watch Iron Man 3 with the girls. Absolutely no.
Okay. All right.
And that's in the Disney years.
Yeah, you're right.
Um, that one, I think for some reason that one feels the most mature to me, and they make a crazy decision in that movie, I think, when it comes to one of the deaths, and that I dislike a lot. Um,
Got it. Okay.
uh, I mean, Captain America: Winter Soldier is like a dark spy thriller.
Okay.
Um, so I'm just not sure. So if I was gonna tell you whether I'd watch these movies with a 5-year-old girl,
Yeah.
I would say no.
Okay.
I didn't take the boys until Avengers.
Okay.
And
Got it.
so Jack was 6, but I had to see it first.
Right.
And then I was like, Jack can handle this. And
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
gotta see this in the theater because they will remember this for
Yep.
forever. Um,
Totally.
but then every movie that came out, I would watch until Jack was 9, probably. I'd watch the movie first before I'd show it to him.
Got
Because
it.
there's
Okay.
there's killing, right?
Yep.
And there's yeah, that's a big thing is that there's violence in them.
For sure. Yep.
My mom
And
doesn't like the Marvel movies because of how much violence there is.
Okay. Got it.
Um, so I think that's part of why when you were like, I don't know if the girls are gonna like this and they're scared, and I was like, okay, I think maybe you should just not watch them with the girls. Did
Right.
you
Well,
watch the Snyder cut with the girls?
no.
Okay, yeah,
No way.
right.
And we didn't watch WandaVision either.
Okay,
Mando, we did.
okay, right. But that's in the Star Wars universe. They're used to
Yep.
that. It's space.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
They've
the,
seen all the Star Warses.
right. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Yep.
You're right. When it happens to humans on Earth who have guns,
Right.
there's a difference.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
It's like based in the real world.
So
that
when
makes
I
it scarier.
so when I look at this list, I think that Ant-Man is safe. I think that they would really like Ant-Man.
Okay.
Because most of the action there is how can a little tiny person do cool stuff.
Yeah. Okay. And it's Paul Rudd. This is 40.
And they
Don't watch that
haven't
one with
seen
kids.
Spider-Man. Is that
Nope.
right? They haven't seen the
Nope.
Spider-Mans. Okay. That might be fun too. Um, but yeah, I would pick and choose pretty carefully. Captain America, it's during war.
Right.
It's during World War II.
Okay. I think what we're going to do, dude, I'm going to make an executive decision here. I think Aaron will just do this.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was fun to watch Iron Man. Like we had a blast.
Yep.
Actually, I did a little interview with them afterwards on my voice memo.
Okay.
Maybe I'll throw that up somewhere.
Yeah.
Lily was like, and Isla kind of liked it.
Okay. So if
So-
they're not even liking it very much,
Right.
I wouldn't put the energy into trying to get them to like it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? The other thing, dude, I figured out did I tell you me and Aaron finally figured out our favorite genre together?
What's that?
It's just documentaries.
Oh, right. You did say that a little while
That's
ago.
it.
Yep.
Give us
You
a
guys could
documentary any day.
Sit
dude.
down with a documentary and you know it's going to be a
If
home
there
run.
was a 10-part docu-series on the making of Marvel movies, I'd watch that.
There is on Disney Plus.
Great.
So all bets are off. We're not doing this anymore. He's just going to watch that docu-series.
No, dude, I'm pumped.
Okay, sweet.
We keep coming back and forth. I go back to my original thing, which is
Mm-hmm.
I know we're gonna have fun and
Yeah.
it's gonna be a blast. And I can't wait to see the reviews that I've heard from everybody, from you to a million other people that wept at Endgame. The payoff is worth it.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
the New
my,
York City
my my
Marathon
biggest regret is
of
you won't be
movies.
able to see it in a full theater.
It's fine.
But it doubled the effect, is what I'm saying for me.
Sure.
It was like that's my sports, right? It's just different when you're sitting at home watching a football game on TV than
Right.
when you're at Camp Randall, right? So
Mm,
there's there that being there for that was just so this is good because you can catch up and then whatever the next end game is, you can be there in person.
right.
Sweet.
Sweet.
All right, listener, we're going to invite you to do this too. I'm going to post that list, this chart I made, so that you can see it and join with us. Anthony's going to do this summer. We'll check in again, I think, before the end. But for sure, we'll come back, I think, before and after you watch Endgame to see
Oh
what
yeah. Well, I was
the
thinking we should
situation.
come back with a little report between each phase.
Oh, good idea. A phase report, phase update.
Okay.
We could maybe do
Okay.
some like phase update and a different thing in an episode.
Okay. I love that.
Okay. Sweet. All
Sweet.
right, dude. Great app.
Super fun, man. Thanks
All
for the
right.
docent tour.
Happy watching Marvel, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All
All right,
right,
stop
let's
that.
stop that. 1, 2, 3, stop.
Did you happen to write down the first time the girls came in?
I didn't.
Okay.
You can just leave it. Who cares? Amelia, can we play with her in the front? We are bored.
Circle your answer.
Circle
Yes
your
or no.
answer.
Yes or no?
Circle your answer. Yes or no. Okay, so you guys are. Okay.
I'm bored.
Okay. Remember what does Mama say? Boring people are bored. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, you guys can play out in the front lawn,
okay.
but
I'm
in
not bored.
in the front lawn though, like not.
Yeah. Like
And
in
not-
the tree.
Yeah. Don't climb the tree though, and not with water. Like no hose and stuff. Swizzle. Sweet. Yeah.
Bye,
Sweet
Gomertrons.
super duper.
See you later.
Oh. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Isla say bye.
Bye.
Lily say bye.
Bye.